Hey, good morning. This is Rowdy with Whosoever South. How are you this morning?
I'm good, Rowdy. How are you doing today?
Doing really good, thank you.
The weather's gotten a little better in Georgia, hasn't it?
Finally getting some rain down here and it's cooling down. Yeah, we're sure glad. Thank the Lord for that.
Hopefully it stays that way. And
I
you just
hope
never
so.
know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How y'all been doing?
Good. I'm really excited because although I do the show from Michigan, the show is in Georgia in the afternoons, and so I have a lot of friends in Georgia, so it's kind of so when I watched your music video, I was very aware of all the things Georgia. Plus, I'm from Texas originally, so a lot
Okay,
of that
good.
just
So
looked
you
like
can relate.
Texas. Yeah, a lot of it just looked like home. But the best
That's
part
great.
is I'm not a big country fan, but I am a fan of hip hop, and the way you combined it, I can get with that. Like I'm good with
That's
that.
good. I'm glad. That's kind of what we're aiming toward. You know, we want to reach everybody much as we can for sure.
I reach across the aisles a little bit like that.
That's right.
Yeah, because it depends on who's doing the country. I mean, some of it's if it's all more authentic sounding, some of it I can like, and I kind of like the new rockabilly sound. Like Need to Breathe, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. Us too.
Definitely throw in some mandolins and some banjos, and I'm 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 good with that. But
That's right.
I don't like straight bluegrass or straight country necessarily. But it's when they kind of mix things up is when I like it. Um, I I love the video. So for people who obviously this first time we're interviewing you on our station, so tell us how your band came about because it's an incredible like mixture of sounds.
Okay. So myself and Sarah, which is my wife, and our friend Mike Mitchell, we've been making music together since about '99, early 1999, and it wasn't always Christian music. So we made music several years together in the secular um, industry, and then we took a break from music. A few things started happening in life. Of course, the Lord will pull you to Him one way or the other, whatever it takes. So some things started happening in life, and we were drawn to the Lord, and we basically just quit doing music for a while, just wanting to grow in the Word and grow stronger in our faith. And then about 2006, we reunited and got together. And about 2008, we had started making music together again, and we just decided, we felt like the Lord wanted us to use our talents to lift Him up, and that's what we've been doing ever since.
What's so cool is you can tell Mike that like 8 o'clock the night that I had first, heard your music and like watched the video, like in my head, I've got Georgia on my mind, like
That's
like
right.
that part of the song, like because it cuts in and you don't expect him,
That's
and
right.
I was like, so like that part of the song like stuck in my mind like 8 o'clock at night. I'm still singing that song in my head.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
heard it. We've heard a lot of that, and that's kind of what you aim for. When you find something that hits like that and sticks like that, it's a good thing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, because they'll hear it again and they'll buy it and they'll tell their friends
That's
and
right.
so
Yes, ma'am.
on. Yep. So what part of are you all from Georgia?
We are. We're all born and raised right here in Southeast Georgia.
Uh, what towns? I'm curious. Like,
Brunswick, the Brunswick area. We're actually
okay,
Brunswick would be the closest city, and
gotcha.
we're about 45 miles west of Brunswick. So we're out in the woods.
So I'm assuming some of the people in there are your friends and that were in your video.
Sure, yeah. Just about anybody in our videos are definitely most of the time is family. So
Are those your
we
kids?
all stay close knit.
Whose kids are those?
Those are our kids. Yeah, my Sarah and I have three boys, and Mike has five children. So we don't have a problem finding a tribe of kids to put in, put where we need them for sure.
My son and I had my son, he's 25. I said, you got to watch this video. And I played it for him. And his favorite part was the kickback of that rifle knocking
Yeah,
him on his back. I was like,
yeah,
I,
yeah. That's funny.
I
That's our 9-year-old Ethan.
I think
Yeah,
every kid can
he's a
relate to
trip.
that. Yeah, if you're in the South and your parents like or your grandparents, whoever are into guns, like I did that when I was little. I kept begging to shoot a gun like my big brother, and my grandfather gave me a gun that he knew was too much for me, and
Right.
it knocked me exactly like that. And I said, okay, never mind. I'll wait till you tell me which gun I'm allowed to use.
That's right. That's right.
But and sitting on the back of the pickup selling watermelons, I was like, well, in my little town in Farmersville, it's usually tamales, but whatever, or different fruit really. But
Sure.
yeah, it's just all the different thing. Watching that kid eat the corn right off the stalk, I was like, I've
So
done that
all of
many
that
times.
entire video was pretty much shot on our farm.
Oh, that's
Uh,
so
so
cool.
that was actual produce that we were selling at our produce stand, and that Ethan, that our family and I grew together, and the corn that was actually our cornfield. So I mean, it's authentic. It's not a gimmick. A lot of people I think go into it as a gimmick of just using it, but this is real life. I mean, this is how we live, and we're proud of it and we're thankful for it.
And now, so the new album is out right now, Backroads in Small Towns.
Correct.
And when it says Pitbull Productions, that's not the Pitbull.
No, ma'am. That's a production company. That's actually an independent label that we started back in the late '90s,
That's cool though.
and we just decided, we've stuck with it for so long. Just didn't see no reason to change it up.
And then I was looking at some of what's on there. So it looks like you've got KJ52 on your new album. Is that right?
We do. He had his hand in the project. He's a good friend of mine, and he throws his input in. We kind of bounce ideas off of him quite often. And he featured on a song, "All One People," which is a song pretty much based on bringing everyone together in unity. I mean, with our country so divided as it is right now, and just so much going on, it's just talking about laying our differences aside and letting love rule, and just fighting for the unity of the faith.
I love that video for Georgia. It's such a kind of, you know, very personal way to just show how easy it can be united, because you can
Sure.
same state, like the same things, whatever. I mean, you can
Right.
always
That's right.
you can find a reason to be united.
Yes, you can.
And it may be harder sometimes. Sometimes it's easier to find things to be divided over, but it's never worth it.
It's never
There's
worth it. That's
yeah.
right. And I think, especially in the climate that we're in right now, we need to step back and look at it, and see what we can do to come together for sure.
What is what's kind of like when you're doing songwriting, do you guys all come together and just bounce ideas, or does someone do most of the writing, or
So normally we do sit down together and come up with a concept or a chorus, and then we all just kind of write at our own pace. Each artist writes their own material, and we don't really rush it. That's why we don't get in a hurry with it. We do this because we love it. It's not really a career to us. We have good jobs and we've been blessed. We make music because we love music, and we do it in the way that we want to do it. They're opposed to some people are just dependent on the industry, depending on what other people want to hear and what they like. And I just thankful that we're able to do it how we want to do it.
well, and you can only serve one master. You can do it to
That's right.
please the world or please God,
Amen. That's the truth.
and maybe it'll only be something you do because it's a passion and it doesn't become a career, but then you never know. I mean, I'm sure you didn't expect to get like 500,000 views on Facebook with the song, did you?
No, we didn't. Honestly, we didn't know how it was going to do. You just keep making music, and you just keep putting it out there. And if it's the Lord's will, eventually it'll go where it's supposed to go.
I was looking while Mike's driving down that back road. I thought he has zero cell service all the way down that road. I bet.
That's right. Absolutely none. That's correct.
That's
That
a
is correct. That's the road I live on. That's
yeah.
my dirt road. So yeah, absolutely no service there.
So many of my friends in Georgia, it's like It's like, hold on a minute, I'm going down that other road.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You kind of
So,
know where the towers are hit,
and it's like if
and
I
that's good. That's good because I think that cell phones are a huge distraction to us. And anytime we can get away from it, it is good. Of course, they're good for business, but at the same time, we need that break.
for your kids especially. I got kids all in
Yes,
their 20s.
absolutely.
I really wish I had not got them cell phones so young, but my kids were in three different schools because they had split up at one point when I had my youngest was 9 and my oldest was 13, and they because of the way they started a new school, they were splitting it up so much that none of my kids were in the same school, and I just
Right,
wanted them to. I wanted to be able to, for my own, say security of knowing where they're at, or and my youngest got on the wrong bus more than once, so
oh yeah, of
to
course.
calmed her down,
Yeah,
and
they're definitely a handy tool. That's for sure. As long as we just don't allow them to become a distraction, it's so easy to fall into that.
it's when it went past the flip phone that it got
That's right.
bad. Yeah,
Amen.
I
That's
wish it
right.
was all flip phones. So what are you? Do you guys tour? I'm curious. Are you touring this year?
We don't have anything scheduled. We don't, but we're open. We're open to whatever the Lord's will would be. We don't get on the road as much as we used to. Back in the mid 2000s, 2008, I guess 2009, we stayed on the road, and every weekend we was going somewhere, just trying to. But there's just so much going on in life right now with our farm and our family, and we just really don't have time. But if the right opportunity comes up and it's the Lord's will, we're willing to do that for sure.
Well, I'm so glad to talk to you. This particular song, I did sample the whole album, and I just love this combination. It's kind of like a really good gumbo, you know. It's
Yeah,
just,
that's right. I've never heard it compared to that, but that's a very good point. And we know we love some gumbo, that's for sure.
you just throw the right stuff in there, and sometimes you throw stuff in there you had no idea if it
That's
tastes
right.
good. You just waited till it all came out. But you certainly had all the right seasoning, so I think you can throw some other stuff in there.
Well,
Um,
I do appreciate it, and we're honored, and we're sure thankful for the help.
and if anybody wants to purchase music or learn more about you, they can go to whosoeversouth.com.
That's correct.
Yep. And also find you on Facebook. And you can watch the video on YouTube. All you got to do is put in Whosoever South and Georgia, and you will find it. And it is
Yes, you will. That's
that's one of the.
absolutely true.
I hope you make all your music videos like this because they're so cool. I mean, that organic realness about it. It was so catchy, and the song's so catchy. But I love the whole time Mike's driving down the road on a Georgia road, you can tell.
That's right. That's
Got a
right.
little bit of Georgia clay look like.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm so thankful. And so if anybody wants to get a hold of you, whosoeversouth.com, and check out this video, Georgia, on YouTube. It is amazing. And like their page on YouTube, and buy their music and support them. We need more artists like this that are wanting to show the world diversity, but through unity. And that's what we need so bad right now. And maybe we can't change it all over the country, but you can change it in this music group. You can change it in your community, in your church, in your town. You can start somewhere.
That's
And
right. It starts with us.
yep. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I'll follow up with you and keep watching how things go and follow up with you next year. You guys have a blessed holiday season, and I'll definitely follow up with you after the first of the year.
Sounds great. We appreciate it. Thank you,
Absolutely.
ma'am.